Joining us now is Byron Deeter, partner at Bessemer Ventures. Byron, good to see you. Want to get to software, of course, but first, VC Ben Horowitz argued a few days ago he's got to vote for Trump because small tech's future is on the line. Do you think Vice President Harris, now potentially running as the Democratic nominee, we'll see how that shakes out, might that change the calculus for part of the VC community?
So thanks, John. Great to be back with you, especially as things are getting fun and exciting these days. And the short answer is it's an opportunity. If you step back, there's almost this head versus heart debate going on within tech right now. It's a community that tends to be pretty progressive on social issues, pro-choice and the like, and pretty moderate financially, which has typically played well to the Democratic agenda. But over the last few years, they felt in many ways under attack by the FTC and SEC and many of the Biden policies, whereas you see over the weekend and over the last few weeks, many tech voices flipping and on X and other sources saying that they're pro-Trump and now GOP supporting because of what are perceived to be pro-business and pro-technology policies. Now, with Vice President Harris potentially being the nominee, she'll have to shore up the party base maybe in the next few days or potentially even this week. And then I see this as a huge golden opportunity for them to reconsider some of those positions and potentially come back to the middle for the general, where they can play into some of these tech and business policies and revisit the pro-growth, pro-business voices that are really starting to waver on them a bit.
All right, we'll see if Vice President Harris comes home, at least from tech's perspective. Let me ask you about software. Some pretty strong results for SAP, which will be at all-time highs tomorrow if these overtime levels hold post-earnings. And we've got ServiceNow coming on Wednesday. So is this a potential extension of the AI trade, even for names that have already been doing quite well?
So I think this is an extension of the Mag 7 and the large tech trade that's pulling through. And really, SAP represents old tech. And so they're really taking advantage of business efficiencies and cranking out more productivity there. I'm not looking to them to drive this next AI revolution, though, and I don't see that as the trade for the future. What we've seen so far is really it's been the large cap and the hardware vendors and the infrastructure vendors, the hyperscalers, NVIDIA, et cetera. What we will see in the coming years, though, is this rotate almost in the reverse of how the cloud market played out, where it went apps first with Salesforce and NetSuite and the like down to infra. The AI trade is happening in reverse. It's starting with the foundational layers, models and chips, and it's moving up. And I've said before, and I'll say it again, artificial intelligence is an extinction level event for incumbent software companies that don't react. I see folks like SAP that are slow in this movement. ServiceNow is much more nimble. They're proactive and leaning into it more. However, I think that the leaders in the application side of AI haven't yet gone public and in many ways aren't even revealed yet.
Okay, I want to go back to the policy piece of this because we know VP Harris was basically tasked with helping to usher in this executive order on AI. I mean, for better or worse, artificial intelligence is going to be in focus on the campaign trail. It's going to be in focus for whoever takes the Oval Office in 2025 and beyond. So how do you game this out if you are investing? Is AI and all of the money going into it just a force to be reckoned with, regardless of what happens on the regulatory front?
So I think what you'll hear with the industry is agreement that some level of regulation and policy is important around privacy, data management, those things. Where the disagreements lie is this idea that breaking up tech and blocking M&A and in some way containing this progress is a good thing. Artificial intelligence is not only critical for economic supremacy for the U.S., but also national security. This is a race we do not want to lose. And so the subtext, what I've liked about Vice President Harris's comments through the years has been a recognition of some balance, and she hasn't necessarily supported the FTC and SEC positions on this. And I think it's a campaign opportunity to make a statement essentially in support of business growth and success while acknowledging that there's a balance here to be had.